Hi everyone, my name is Abiralith. You can call me Abby if you like, that's not a problem. That's my first YouTube video, and I just want to say that if I sound, I don't know, cringy or my voice sounds weird, just know I don't have YouTube gear or equipment for videos and stuff like that. I'm just plugging in my headset and talking. I would like to showcase the way I decided to play Cyclone this league in Path of Exile, because I've gathered a little bit of knowledge about this game in the months, maybe years I've played it. So I would like to share with you my idea of the build, and I'll also be really glad if you leave me in the comments any suggestion on how to make it better. But now let's get started. The video will be divided into 4 parts. The first part that we're gonna talk now is gonna be the skill tree. Then we are going to look at gear and gem setup, and I'm gonna explain why I use those setups. Then we're gonna talk about the possible improvements to the build, and I'll just showcase the build with a quick map, low tier, like maybe tier 1, tier 2, I don't know, because the character is still fairly low level. So that being said, let's get into it. So my character right now is just level 77. It has roughly like, I think, 1 day of play time. Yeah, 21 hours of gaming. I haven't been so fast at grinding. I was taking my time, having fun, discussing things, whatever. So that's my skill tree. I am a champion. Why a champion? I went champion because I want to go Impale. I still need to do my Merciless Lab, which is Master of Metal, so I can have 2 additional Impales, more damage, flat fizz, and stuff. I went Fortitude. 45 is good, good defense, gives attack damage, attack speed, stuff, it's fine. Now, that's my tree for the moment. The way I leveled was like that. I took standard duelist nodes, life, I got shields, because, well, I'm going with shield. You can go with dual wielding early game if you want and respect the shields later, it's up to you. I took life, went this way, skipped all those nodes right here, got solo steal. Mwah, amazing. This is super good defense, especially early game. With that 150 flat armor, it's gonna do wonders. Take Bloodless, Life, skip all the other nodes, just go up, take Juggernaut, go up, take Barbarism, go up, take Resolute Technique. Now, if you don't have any accuracy problems up to Resolute Technique, just skip it and go for Strong Arm and Born to Fight and Heart of Warrior for this life notes here. Sorry for my voice. A little bit of throat ache. But if you have problems, just go Resolute Technique. That's fine, it doesn't matter. So just go RT, after RT, keep going, you get Strong Arm, then you go Born to Fight, and then you go Heart of Warrior. And if you want, you can get all the Marauder wheels, Marauder life nodes. After that, what you want to do is you want to go this way and grab your 45 buff and your shield buff. 2 reasons to why to do that. First reason is shield, you're playing with shield, that's good, gives shield damage, block, defense, gives endurance, charges on kill, good stuff, we like that. It's gonna be fine for mapping, amazing. Rampart, 45 nodes, pretty easy. Normal and Cruel Lab, you go Unstoppable Hero, Fortitude, you have 45 all the time. Damage, that's nice, and defense, perfect. After that, what you want to do is you want to start taking your damage nodes. Nodes like Forceful Screw, what the fuck? Skewering, whatever. This node, Impale nodes, another Impale node. You want to get the Brinkmanship for the AoE and the range. Cyclone scales on both. No one knows why, but it is like that. Take Slaughter and take Gladiator's Perseverance for the Leech. You need Leech in this build, a little bit at least. Makes you safe, also gives damage, that's fine. The reason why I have versatility, it's because I need mana I need the intelligence and dexterity, sorry, because this build is dexterity hungry. You're gonna be starving on dex on this build. At least that's my problem right now. So whatever, that's the skill tree for the moment. At level 77. The skill tree, what I'm going now for is this jewel socket, so I get my 3 jewel sockets for the moment, and these Scion life nodes. That's huge. After the Scion life nodes, I'm probably taking cleaving. Some blade damage is always appreciated, it's always fine, it's always good. If not, probably berserking for the attack speed, maybe, who knows. Or maybe another jewel socket, we'll see depending on the situation and how I feel about the build. But that's pretty much the skill tree. Going for the next levels for this jewel socket, this life, and probably cleaving. Now let's get to the gear and the gem setup. Gear, that's the gear. I'm using an axe, going axe build. Why axe and not thrusting swords, which have more AoE? I don't know. I like axe. Swords are for like crit. I'm not crit. Maybe I can go crit later. Whatever. My gear. I'm running on a 5-link carcass jack uh, with my main Cyclone setup. My main Cyclone setup is Cyclone, Infused Channeling, Melee Fizz, Brutality, Rage, and my 6th link would be Pulverize. Now, the reason why I'm going Rage instead of Pulverize, it's because Carcass Jack is kinda like a worse Pulverize. That's the reason why I'm using Carcass Jack. It's increased damage and increased AoE instead of more damage and more AoE, so it's a lower multiplier, but still good. That's the range with Sand Stance. That's my AoE with Sand Stance. If you want more AoE, just go Pulverize instead of Rage. If you don't go Rage, you won't be able to use Berserker. This would be the AoE. It's not a big deal, not a big difference. I prefer Rage. I go Rage. Pulverize will be my 6th link if I have a Carcass Jack 6 links. So that's my main setup, my Cyclone. My boots, just boots with life resist, stats, basically, movement speed a little bit. I would like to have higher movement speed, but that's what I got for now. I'm doing with that. I'm dealing with that. Here's my Ancestral Warchief for the single target, and I have Ancestral Warchief, Melee Fizz, Conk Effect, Brutality. Then my gloves, these are Elder Gloves, it doesn't really matter, you can... They don't have any Elder mode, so it's alright. Just life, fire, resist, resist. Another life crafted. Mana Leech. Mana Leech, you will need Mana Leech on either gloves, jewelry, or jewel sockets, because we don't get any Mana Leech on this build since we don't get this node. So this thing right here is really important, otherwise we won't be able to Cyclone forever. We don't have mana regen. Rings, resist, a little bit of damage, life, stats, dex. The build needs a lot of dex, I said. Another ring, life, dex, high res, that's pretty much it. This one doesn't even have damage. It's pretty fucking good, I like it, but has no damage. Amulet, resist, resist, stat, stat, life, resist, leeches mana, a little bit of fizz. This amulet is pretty good. Covers my dex, covers my int, gives me life, a little bit of resist. That's fire. Helmet, stat, intelligence. The build needs intelligence, as I said. Life, resist, more life. Now we get to the juicy part. In my gloves, I have my movement, which is Lip Slam, Endurance Charge on melee stun, faster attacks, and Blood Magic. Why Blood Magic? The reason I go Blood Magic is, first of all, because I don't need Fortify since I have Fortitude, and I don't wanna waste the little mana I have. That's it, pretty much. On my helmet, I have my Aura setup, which are Flesh and Stone and Blood and Sand, pretty standard for any attack skill which has AoE built in it. Then I have Dread Banner for the Impale, pretty standard as well. And then I have Herald of Purity. Now, I'm using Herald of Purity instead of Pride, just because of the fact that if I go Pride, I will have super low mana and I won't be able to Cyclone continuously. I will have problems with the clear speed and whatever. I will start, however, using Pride instead of Herald of Purity when I get my Uber Lab then, because I will get Master of Metal in my Merciless Lab and Inspirational in Uber Lab. With Inspirational, my banner won't reserve mana, so I will have 10% mana free, and I can change Herald of Purity with Pride without having any problem while cycloning. That's the reason why I'm using the Herald instead of Cyclone right now. Now, to the good part. Oh, whatever. Belt of the Deceiver, I'm using that just because it's a little bit of damage, a little bit of defense, life, intimidation. I don't know. You can use a better belt. That's not necessary. I just had it and I'm using it. I put it on at level 20. I never removed it. I'm not having problems for the moment. Shield. Shield is Unshattered Will. Unshattered Will is an amazing shield for this build because it gives up to 70% increased damage for channeling skills, and from the rework, Cyclone became a channeling skill. So that's the reason why I'm using it. If you cannot afford Unshattered Will, which right now is, I think, 3 exiles with good rolls in hardcore, you can just go with a normal crafted shield, like this one, with global physical damage. If you prefer to have more life, more resist, more shield, more armor, I mean, because the defense side of this shield is meh. And I can show you right now, on Blood Stance, I have 50k damage on Cyclone with a Shattered Wheel. With this shield, which only has 10% increased global physical damage, I only have 3k less. So if I go with, like, I don't know, 30% global damage, maybe I will have more damage than a Shattered Wheel. I don't know. We'll see when I eventually craft one. But for the moment I'm using a Shattered Wheel and I love it. I also get the Harbinger, which gives me damage reduction from time to time when it buffs me. Good stuff. We like it. The axe. The axe is just a 300 DPS axe, basically. Nothing special. Physical damage, flat fizz, attack speed. Don't matter the crit chance and the wed, those are useless for my build. Since I'm running brutality, I can only do physical damage. Now you might ask, why if you go Impale build, you don't wanna go Impale in your setup? Now the reason being, you can craft Chance to Impale on the weapon with the crafting bench. I'll show you. If you go to the crafting bench, you can craft this. Increased physical damage and chance to impale, which I don't have, of course, right now. Now, this at level 3 goes up to 110% increased physical damage, if I'm not wrong, and 20% chance to impale. So, what you would like to have would be flat fizz, hybrid fizz attack speed, and an open prefix to craft this mod. That would be an amazing axe. This one is pretty good, not the one I would like though. We'll have to work on one more. I'll just do a quick map now to showcase the build, how it works. Oh yeah, meanwhile, Pantheon, just Lunaris for movement speed and damage reduction, and Yugul for reflected damage taken reduced, because we are not Slayers, so we are not immune to physical damage, to the reflected physical damage. So just be careful about that. I'll just do this little showcase right now of the map, about the build, and see what happens. I'm not gonna do incursion. Fuck that. Low buffs, where are they black? I don't know. Wow, a 5-link, just like that? Let's pick it up. You go, Sand Stance if you want a little bit more PoE. Blood Stance if you need more damage. The Legion, that's the problem. I don't know if it's my gear or Cyclone in general, because it's a melee skill. You probably won't clear it all, but you wanna go for the important stuff. Like, what the fuck just happened to my screen? Like, for example, the boss in this moment. You go, you clean the stuff you want. Go back, clean the remaining things of the Legion that you spawn. Go for the boss, activate Berserker. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell, I have Berserker and Blood Rage. Of course I have Berserkers in 10 minutes of Rage as a gem. That buff is insane. So basically just clean the Legion. Legion is clean. Loot the stuff. Loot the splinters. Oh, what? Nice. Now, if you think the build is slow, just think about the fact that I'm a slow player. I'm not super fast. As you can see, I pick up a lot of stuff, which most of the times are useless. Whatever, just me. The way I play. You can play a lot faster. Plus, I don't have a lot of movement speed in my gear right now, so that might be a reason as well. No excuses for the click to go. Basically, you just go. Go. Oh, that's actually a bad map. I don't like desert because of the boss type. Whatever. Maybe I'm not gonna... I should run the boss actually. To showcase the damage on the boss. Actually, I saw the damage on the Legion boss, so... guess whatever. Oh, whatever, I'll run the boss. Basically, this is the map type. I'm clearing real bad actually. Oh, we are at the boss. I hate desert layout. I just got it because it was in my inventory. Like armor. Go, twist your warship, run around, kill the shit around the boss, activate Berserk, the boss is down. Over. Go back to Sand Stance for the AoE, kill the remaining heads. It's gonna be more than 5. Forgot the loot, whatever. I don't care right now about the loot. I just wanna finish the map pretty fast. As fast as possible, to be honest. I'm being slow myself. Wow, this map is fucked up. I don't like it. So that's pretty much it. Just Cyclone playstyle, nothing new, nothing too special. It's just my take on Cyclone, my personal way of playing it. One hand with a shield. Holy shit, do I have to go all the way back because I've missed a part of the map? Apparently I did. Is it here? I think so. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Maybe not the fastest build ever, but not slow. If it seems too slow for you, just remind, I'm a slow player. That's most likely my fault. And I'm fucking bad on this map as well. What the fuck is my patting? That's pretty much it. That's the build and how it works. So let's go back to the hideout. What? Where's my portal? Yeah, just died. Let me get my head under. No, never mind. So now, improvements I can do on the build. We've talked about the weapon with the impale chance, so that right now I have 60% impale chance. With the merciless flab it would be 80, with the weapon it would be 100%, which is amazing. Another improvement I could make, I could get a, I don't remember if it's Elder or Shaper base helmet with conk effect, level 20 conk effect, so that I can move my ancestral warchief to the helmet, and I can free up the conk effect slot and put impale on the conk effect, impale on the warchief for more effect and more single target, making it officially like a 5-link warchief. I could change the shield with a better shield with tier 1 global physical damage with high resist and high physical and high life, high armor maybe. The belt can be changed with something with flask duration, flask charge, a lot of life, a lot of armor, a lot of strength, flask bonuses, stuff like that. Can get better boots, more life, more movement speed, more defense. Can get better gloves with a lot of defense more, because this base is pretty bad as well since it has low armor. Shields, rings, of course, they can get better. You can get steel rings. This can be... these rings are... the jewelry basically on this character is like stats. resist and some damage if you can get it. If you don't, it's alright at the beginning. If you want to do super endgame stuff, yeah, of course you're gonna need good stuff, so just change those into steel rings. Amulet is pretty fine. If you don't have a crafted rare amulet that is good, you can use the Ressus Passion. I think it's the amulet. It gives +2 range, good resist, some damage on full life, movement speed. It's pretty fire. I can change, of course, Herald of Purity with the the Pride, and I can change my flasks because my flasks are pretty bad right now since I've played just a short amount of time yet, and I don't have much currency to change the implicits. Of course, I can get like Lion's Roar. Insane Flask, I can get more HP. That will be done by going into the Scion cluster nodes, which I'm doing to get more life. I will of course have to go Merciless and Uberlab. That's pretty much what I see for now as improvements for the build. I hope you enjoyed my personal take on Cyclone, and I hope this inspires someone into play one hand and shield more frequently and maybe give it a try. I'm pretty sure this type of build can be played completely fine as a two-hander, as a dual wielding instead of shield plus one hand X. You just need to change some things on the tree, of course. Instead of a shield, use another X, or swords if you prefer swords. I wouldn't recommend swords though, because I think swords are more for crit builds. Can you play a crit version of this? Yes, of course. Maybe I'm gonna change to crit later because I think crit is gonna be more damage, but I will see. And if I go crit, I will probably stay one hand plus shield crit instead of instead of dual wielding. I hope you enjoyed the little guide. If you got any suggestion or any advice on or any tip on how to improve the build, please let me know in the comments. Thanks to everyone, and I'll update you again next time when I get around like level 90, 92 with the build and I get more stuff done with it. See ya!